The crowd has been kept quiet early in this first period. You're watching the 1987 NBA Finals, and Tommy Heinsohn, if you're a team on the road, there's nothing more you'd rather do than to quiet the crowd. Dennis Johnson getting off strong. Kareem has kept the Lakers in the game, and Magic hasn't gotten on track yet.
They have cut off Magic's penetration, the Celtics. Great kite in for the Celtics right now. That has been very important, the cutoff of Magic's penetration, and they've also forced them to a longer hook shot.
Rambis in for the Lakers, but the Celtics have made the bulk of the substitution. Seasting in the backcourt. Great kite is in its center, and Darren Day is in it forward. So McHale is getting a rest right now. And a smallish team is in there for the Celtics, and a quicker one. Ainge doesn't get the runner, and Great Kite tips in. And for Great Kite, that is his second field goal in 9 tries in this series. Seasting fouls.
On Danny Ainge's penetration, they have to move the back line of the defense. That frees Kite up, and he steps inside Michael Thompson for not exactly an easy tip.
Seasting is guarding Cooper. That could be good post-up opportunities for Cooper. James Worthy gets the basket and draws the foul.
That is a very definite plus matchup for the Lakers. Worthy being guarded by Darren Day. He is not nearly big enough to stop Worthy. And just the speed of Worthy, Darren Day can probably match that, but the leaping ability and the long arms of Worthy leaves Day at a disadvantage.
Day was in one of the games in Boston, one shot guarding Worthy, and after that he came out of the ball game. He's in there again to give it a shot. Meanwhile, the Lakers are 1 for 5 from the free throw line, and they're trailing now by 7.
And the more the Celtics big guys, McHale and Parrish on the bench, the more difficult it will be for the Lakers to use the pace as a fatigue factor.
Seasting missing, and Rambis tips it, and a foul call against the Lakers, and it'll be Rambis's first. And Tommy, the Celtics have taken the lead in this game despite the fact that Larry Bird has scored only 4 points.
They have moved to the strength, which has been the inside game. Parrish and McHale. And a couple of great shots by Dennis Johnson.
There goes Bird with a runner. Rambis and Day bats down the pass. Magic pushing it up 5 on 4. Cooper. Bird's got to play him tough at 3-point range. Seasting guarding Magic Johnson. And an offensive foul called against Magic, who has gone up against, well, that's an 8-inch height advantage on Jerry Seasting.
Jerry Seasting does the intelligent thing. He takes the blow. When you're smaller than a man in the low post, you better do a little acting, and he got away with it.
2 fouls on Magic. Magic and Michael, each with 2. That's Michael Thompson. Worthy and Bird isolate. Bird puts a good move on James Worthy. No basket. And an offensive foul called against Larry Bird. He put the move on. Maybe that's why he put the move on.
He is a master of faking with the ball. You may not go for 1, 2, but he'll throw 3 or 4 at you, and finally you bite.
Magic Johnson sits down with only 2 points and doesn't look happy at all. Byron Scott replaced him. Worthy's posting up against Day. Height on Scott on a switch. And in the hands of Bird, lost it to Rambis, who drew the foul. Tommy, Michael Thompson was all alone inside, and the Lakers missed him.
I tell you, that's a sign of frustration by Scott. He wanted to make something happen for himself, and he just turned down Michael Thompson dead in the corner with nobody in him, nobody around him, and he takes the ball right to the teeth of the Celtic defense, and Rambis, with a lot of hustle, picks up the ball off the floor. That's going down and getting it in a meaningful way.
And the Lakers talk about frustration. Way off at the line as Dennis Johnson replaces Danny Ainge. That personal, by the way, was on Darren Day, and the Celtics have 3 team fouls. The Lakers only 1 with 2 minutes gone by in the second. Biggest lead was 7 by Boston after that early flurry by the Lakers. It looked like they were off to the races. The Celtics just clamped down. Off the screen, Seasting. Loose ball. Day has it, and a foul against Boston. Greg Kite picks up his second foul. So all three Boston centers, Parrish, Kite, and Walton, have 2 fouls. An incredible parallel to what happened last year when Boston was the kingpin against Houston. This was game 1. All right, the Celtics won by 12. This year, the Lakers won by 13. Then a blowout. So 2 substantial victories by the home team in the first 2 games. Then they moved to game 3. And Houston got back in it. So did Boston, but close games. Game 4, it became a 3-1 series in close games. And then in game 5, Houston won big and Boston won big. And the points are all even in the margin. And in game 6, a year ago, the Boston Celtics won by 17 over Houston to take the championship. A lot of eerie parallels to last year.
Lakers really having difficulty integrating a lot of people into their offense. Right now, they're going to go to Kareem again.
He hits the skyhook. The Celtics, by the way, coming back with their 2 tough inside men, Parrish and McHale. And the substitution pattern is in KC's favor here.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has been conserved during the season, so he ought to be nice and fresh for this playoff, but it's going to be a tough job for him if he's got to carry all the offense.
So Casey Jones was able to go to the bench, and he brings back McHale and Parrish with a lead. Didn't have that luxury during the course of the season. Kareem with a left-handed skyhook. McHale to Seasting. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Kickball and a new clock. Larry Bird, who has scored only 4, but as Tommy mentioned, other people have gotten into the act so far.
And the Celtics have really used their bench wisely and not given up what they usually do with that bench, a lot of points.
Dennis Johnson. And a foul called before the shot. And Michael Cooper picks up his first foul. Lakers aren't close to getting into the penalty. The next foul against Boston will put them into the penalty.
Kurt Rambis now has drawn the assignment of trying to stop Kevin McHale.
Seasting uses a Parrish screen. And Darren Day swoops in and keeps it alive. Day tried to get it to Parrish. Not quite high enough, and here's a 3-on-2 Laker break to Worthy.
That's Laker basketball. Worthy out on that wing before any of the opponent can get back at him.
McHale, good position from Darren Day, and it's 6 points again.
He is just getting saccharine position, and I mean sweet.
Kareem off his hand, and here's a 2-on-2. Darren Day against Scott. Gets the basket, and pretty moves inside by Darren Day, who played his college ball out here at UCLA.
That was one heck of a basket by Day. There were 2 Lakers on him.
Celtics with an 8-point lead. Worthy. No way you'll touch that, and Magic Johnson will be coming back in for the Lakers, but the Celtics have had the lead most of this first half.
Rambis really took Darren Day out of that play so that Worthy could make that shot.
Rambis and McHale pushing and shoving inside.